You've made the decision to come to Tbilisi, Georgia. Great choice. The city is fantastic. I love it here. But one of the key decisions you have to make is what is the best area to actually stay in? We're going to take a look at some different areas over the next few videos. So yeah, let's head out and we're going to get into the first one. All right, like most cities, Tbilisi is divided into districts, neighborhoods, zones, whatever you want to call them. And you have to decide what is the best zone for you when you're coming to visit. And it's going to change a little bit depending on if you are a short-term traveler or maybe a long-term traveler. So the first area we're going to look at is an area called Chugureti. That's where I'm staying right now. And we're going to take a quick walk around and I'm going to give you the lowdown on some pros and some cons. Okay, so Chugureti is not one of what I'm going to call the main tourist zones or areas in Tbilisi that people think about staying in, although maybe it should be. It's a little quieter than those areas over by Shoto Avenue or the Vera district. I'm going to put a screenshot of a map of the different zones up so you can take a look at how the city is laid out. But there is so much going on here, and it is so beautiful. You're not going to see quite as many tourists, I don't think, over here. There are some hostels, there are some budget hotels, and some higher-end hotels, of course, and Airbnbs all over the place. You are spoiled for choice here. It is a stunningly beautiful area, very hipster, trendy, chic. But then off the main walking street, if I want to call it that, you also have just beautiful architecture. It's fantastic. I love it here. All right, I'm going to take a walk down. Oh, real quick. This building over here on the corner is the subway. Wherever you stay in Tbilisi, it would be good if you could arrange it to be somewhere kind of close to a metro station, because using the metro to get around the city makes things so much easier. Yeah, you can take a Bolt or a taxi around, and that's great, but using the subway is sometimes I think it's quicker because you're not stuck in traffic. Anyway, I have a blog post about using the subway. I'll link it in the description. It's a great way to see the city. And of course, here you have city buses if you want to use those too. You've got to figure out the routes. It can be done. I've done it. It's not that hard. So again, Chugureti. Look at this street. This street goes in either direction for at least a kilometer, and it's a main walking street with boutiques, restaurants, shops, pharmacies, you name it, it's here, and it is beautiful. The buildings, absolutely spectacular to look at. And it's just a little bit quieter over here compared to, again, a couple of the other districts you're going to consider. And my walk brings me to this section of Chugureti. Again, I feel one of the best areas to stay in Tbilisi, where it's now closed to traffic and it's just a walking street with boutiques and restaurants and shops and coffee shops, cafes, co-working places, art shops. It's fantastic. I can't get enough of it. When I first came to Tbilisi a few months ago, I stayed in another area close to the old town, much more touristic, and it's beautiful over there. And I thought, yeah, that's where I wanted to stay forever. But now that I'm here, I think this for me is better. It's a little bit quieter, and believe it or not, it's just a little bit more affordable. I can't tell you how much, depends on the season, depends on what you're looking for accommodations. Just a great, great zone, great area to stay in. I am just a few minutes now away from, we'll say, the main walking street area that was very hipster, trendy, with boutiques and shops. And now it's just much more authentic, we'll say. Still all kinds of things to see, beautiful buildings, tree-lined, absolutely gorgeous. Chugureti, just one of the best areas in Tbilisi to consider staying. Here are some of the pros that I'm thinking of when it comes to staying in Chugureti. It's affordability. You're going to pay somewhat less than if you stay over on Chugureti Avenue or in the Old Town. Boutique hotels, there are hostels. I'll put some links in the description of a couple places that I've stayed at. The location is great. You're close enough to the main attractions, yet it's quiet enough to feel relaxed. You're not going to be overrun with other tourists. So if you want something just a little more authentic, I feel it's a great place, a great neighborhood to stay in. And again, just the local scene, boutiques, cafés, restaurants, and just I'm on this quiet street. I wander, that's all I do, hence the name of my channel. Yeah, now, it's not perfect for everybody. There are cons. If you're a luxury traveler, I'm not sure that there are as much here for luxury accommodations, okay? Some small boutique hotels, so you might get away with that if you're interested. Some streets, for some people, might feel a little too industrial. Is that the right word? I don't know. I don't see it, but it depends on where you go. It's a huge neighborhood. The other area that I'm not going to get to on this video is close to the main train station. There is a huge market there. My God, you could spend a day there, indoor, outdoor, underground. Yeah, it's called the Deserters Bazaar, and it's a great area to wander around. It's a good 25-minute walk away from my place, and I've gone there a number of times. There's also a metro stop. You could take the main metro in Chugureti, and it's only one stop away. I need to mention, the further away from the river you get, it is going to be hilly. So keep that in mind when you book a place. No matter what neighborhood or area of Tbilisi you decide to stay in, be careful because, yeah, the hills are no joke. One of the things to mention is that Chugureti is also home to Fabrica, the huge hostel, co-working, bar complex. I don't know what else to call it. It's a hostel, but there are bars and restaurants and co-working places all within this place. It's huge. It was an old warehouse, industrial warehouse that someone bought and completely redid. All right, I'm back on my street. So I've done a bit of a loop around. It's a huge neighborhood, Chugureti. If you decide Chugureti is right for you, there are some guest houses and small boutique hotels, and you're going to be very, very happy. This is a series, so hit the subscribe button, right? You don't want to miss the next neighborhood that we talk about. 3 or 4 I'm going to go over, try to give you just an overview. I can't tell you what the best neighborhood is. I don't know what's best for you. You have to figure that out for yourself, right? Figure out what kind of traveler you are, what you like. Do you like being right in the heart of the action, busy, close to, if you're younger, maybe some nightlife, more things to do? I don't know. Do you like it a little bit quieter, more authentic? Then maybe Chugureti is one of the best areas for you. I love it here in this neighborhood. I'm so glad I decided to stay here. Yeah, so hit the subscribe button. If you've stayed here, you're coming to Tbilisi, let me know where you stayed, drop a like, and also comment. All right, thanks for watching.